Well, hey, welcome. Welcome to your Oracle meditation. So find that space, turn those lights off, get that candle ready, and know why we light this candle. We light this candle to let Mother Earth know that we are checking in. I have to say, I almost gave this up. I have to say this, so it's bothered me. Yesterday, I felt something yesterday, the sting of, what would I call that? Sting of narrow-mindedness? It was pretty harsh. It did shake me. It was somebody who did not, I felt like I was careless with my words and felt too comfortable. And sometimes when you get too comfortable, you're reminded that the way you think may not resonate with all. And it might challenge those. And that really stung to hear some words like, what the hell are you talking about? Wanting to run away and hide as if I was 5. But I used my tools. I called in my support. And I don't blame this person. This person was a great reminder of what the world can be like. The doubt, the projecting onto someone else, and I guess you can say it made me think that what I was doing was wrong. So thank you for those that stepped in, my tribe. Let's get this started. Thank you for those that checked in. Thank you for those that are still here. So let's clear our thoughts. I do end up asking myself whether or not what it's all for. Why am I doing this? Do I enjoy it? I even look at the moon phase, and I thought it was very funny that the moon phase that we're in is about refinement, about improving, about hearing those words that make you uncomfortable, taking them in, alchemizing them, and letting them go. Asking those simple questions. Does this feed me? Is this what I want? What are my intentions? What are my goals? I don't know if everybody thinks this way, but this is a new journey for me too. And putting myself out there and standing in my uniqueness is not easy. I can only relate it to that person who's in the auditorium that screams fire. Do you know how much bravery it took to do that? Or the person that says they see something or know something. But I thought it was funny or coincidental. A little bit of strength that the moon phase is about refinement and improvement. We're also moving into that zodiac of Aries, which is about taking responsibility for oneself, not overthinking. Sorry. And we are also in the last days of that heart and not taking things personally, using them to help you grow. We are entering into that throat chakra. Do you find this coincidental? Speaking your truth, deciding what your truth is and whether or not you're headed in the right direction. That jolt of reality yesterday for me brought me really close. But that's part of the journey, accepting oneself. And it was funny. In the midst of it all, I immediately needed to have a happy thought. And that's the way I work. If I'm hurt, I immediately want to balance it out. And I thought of people. I usually think of people. And it was kind of cool that the person I normally thought about didn't pop in it right away. But a family popped in. And that family believes in me. But I accept every experience, joy and sadness, because I know that it helps navigate your way, helping you decide. And only those that you trust, help you decide. That wake-up call for me was just to decide, do I still want to make it through? It's hard, and I know. In order to change the world, it will not be easy. But there's always room for improvement. Aaron, give me a minute. Sorry about that. But we know that if we want to change the world, we have to understand that it won't be easy. But we stick to our tasks. We find that tribe. We take and treat everyone, including ourselves, with respect. Know that life is not fair, and we will fail often. But we know taking the risk, taking that step, making that time when time is the toughest, to face down the bullies, to lift up the downtrodders, and to never give up. Probably my favorite poem. I probably got it wrong, but you get the gist of it. So let's get started. Know that here in this oracle meditation, this is where we work on our breath. This is where we work on that imagination, and we inhale the blessings, the medicine, and the magic. And we exhale to make room. This is where we let our body and our mind live in harmony. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for reaching out. Please continue to like, to listen, to continue to practice your message, and subscribe to that idea that we are all connected, and help strengthen our tribe. So know we are all walking that red road that leads to the sacred mountains. And along the way, we find keys that open doors to frequencies, to opportunities, and we release what no longer serves us. How funny. Today, on our Sacred Path card, we get the Moon Lodge. It's time to retreat. Time to get ready for that full moon. Time to refine those thoughts. Embrace what has been bubbling up. And I think self-acceptance is kind of that idea that I'm experiencing. I can actually put a name to it, so I'm pretty excited about that. But it's time to rest. Time to retreat, and know that the idea of retreat is not to surrender, but to embrace that time before the celebration, to come together as a family, to come together and know that we are all children ready to play. Next, Wow. Next, we get the blade. And the blade is given to us so that to let us know that it is time. Time to cut that cord. Time to release what no longer serves. Not just in the form of a breath, but a connection to the past. Know that that blade represents the sharpness of mind, body, and spirit, and only comes to us pointing upward because it summons the power of heaven. When aimed down to the ground, it anchors the power of the heaven and the earth. The blade can be a tool or a weapon, wielded with wisdom, transmuting that power to bestow those attentions or cut away cords from the past or to sever that toxic relationship. Use it with anger and it will slash, cut, and kill. But it's time to put down that sword and place it back into that holster. We know that we will face down those disagreements. We know that we can use that blade with impeccability and intention to cut that energetic cord that we are trying to set it free, trying to set that self free. And what a perfect time. What a perfect time to come and get into the Moon Lodge. Time to retreat. And here, handed that blade to cut away what no longer serves us. To acknowledge that hurt, to acknowledge that oneself, understanding that we are all unique children. And it's time for us to stand up for that child, that childlike innocence. Along the way, as we walk this red road, we encounter ancestors, allies, animals, each one bringing us a message. Today, as we walk, we get antelope. Antelope symbols action. Antelope was here to help teach us that lesson that humans need to take proper action to survive nowadays. Reminding us that taking that action to retreat, to come together, this is letting us know that we have a higher purpose. Antelope is here and bows before us to let us know to take the time, to do it now, and don't wait any longer. Take that courageous leap. It is this perfect sense of timing. We know that we have the power within us. And simply asking us to retreat and to take the time to cut that cord. Take that action. I hope you understand what this message is about. Each one of these decks lets us know a complete plan for the day. I hope I don't have a misunderstanding, a confusion. When I collect each card and design a meditation, it's only for us to be able to disconnect from the world, to allow that frequency of the heart chakra and the throat chakra, asking us to retreat, to release what no longer serves you. What bubbles up, that pain, cut it away. Take that action that we need. Ancestors before us walked this earth. And no matter how you feel, the ancestors will say, the show must go on. Throughout my pain, my discomfort, my awareness, my tribe lifted me up, picked me up, hugged me, gave me those words of affirmation that I needed to hear. Not just wanted. It's not easy to scream fire. It's not easy to believe and to know that what you're feeling and you're seeing and you're understanding is misunderstood. But the show must go on. I choose to keep going. I choose to accept that sting, that acceptance of myself, knowing that I'm just a bit different. But I know what my soul is saying, calling for, creating that vibration of ascension, knowing that I am called to a higher purpose. We are all called. If you're listening to this, know that you're part of it. You're called to that higher power, that higher calling. And we are sitting in the time of the refinement, time of that last day of that waxing gibbous moon. Time to improve. Time to take responsibility for oneself. Don't let that heart hold that energy of pain, going into that throat chakra, going into that Aries fiery energy. It's time to retreat. Receive that blade. Take the action. Know that you have a mission and a destiny, and know that the show must go on. Let that soul, that calling, let it continue to ascend. Create that, tap into that temple inside of us, inside of each one of us. That's where our wisdom lies. Quieting that external noise, coming here, listening to that frequency. This is where I feel safe. This is where I feel connected. 30 minutes. That was my goal. If I could sit and listen and relax for 30 minutes, find that harmony, I would be happy. And the idea that even now when I think about it, that I would step away frightens me. That I would let someone else's influence, idea of me, even come close to shattering this. So thank you. Thank you for this this precious present moment. I know that this is a gift. I know that this connection is a gift. I know that the way that we feel and we experience the world is a gift. So it's time to retreat. Time to receive that blade. What would you do with it? If you were in my shoes, would you wield it? The hurt, the pain, would you cut them? Cut it away? Or would you use it to cut that energetic connection? Would you allow yourself to be free? Would you change? Take that action. Stick it into the ground or connect it to the heavens. Use it to cut that energetic cord. Know that the show must go on. You have a mission. I know that nothing will stop me. My soul will keep calling calling to connect to that ascension, to that wisdom, asking me to quiet down those external noises and to appreciate this precious present moment. The time is now. It is time for us to trust what the universe is saying and to say yes. So if this is as far as you get, this is your message. Time to retreat. Find that quiet space. Use that energetic blade to cut away that toxic relationship. Take that action. Know that your destiny must continue. The show must go on. You hear and are connected to that ascending soul. Tap into that wisdom inside. Quiet down those external noises. Appreciate this precious present moment. And trust that the universe. Trust the universe. Say yes. So for the rest of us, let's use that body scan. Let's do a body scan. And for those of you that are new, a body scan is where our breath is connected to a hoop. And this hoop hovers high above our head. So inhale, let it go higher. Imagine. Exhale, let it sink down. Relaxing your forehead. Closing your eyes. Relaxing your jaw, your tongue, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your chest. Inhale, let it go all the way back up. As high as you can imagine. Exhale, sink. Let that hoop sink and let it create a bubble in its wake. That hoop is your relaxation. That bubble, that's your transportation. Keep going. Sink. Take it from here. This is your practice. Inhale. Sink into the darkness though. If you can, lay back. Sink. Sink. If you've reached the end, close off your hoop. Create a tether, a cord, a ribbon, a rope. Tie it off like a balloon and float. Float here in the dark. Let our minds connect. Let our souls find each other. Let those core memories come back up of that time we were all connected. Here, we imagine that we are connected to that Mother Earth, that healing, loving, awakening, receiving spirit. Here I feel like I can release my fear, pick up my courage. Here I feel like I don't have to hold back. I know that it is time to proceed. We've all had and done all of that hard work, focusing, praying, setting those intentions. And this has led us to this pivotal moment. Any hesitation? Face it. Any hesitation that we're experiencing is just a sign that we are on the verge of something wonderful. I know this now. This is the time for us to truly face those fears once and for all. Together, stand in our power. We know that the universe has our back, and the universe is filled with angels, ancestors, animals, spirits. It's time for us to once and for all accept ourselves. I know this now. So let's go further into the dark. Sink. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. Sink. Find that fire. Connect back to that frequency of fire. Use those sensory nerves. Yes, it's night. Because in the night, this is where we can quiet down those external noises. This is where we are the show, the stars that shine in the night. Time to retreat. Find that space near the fire. And let's do a tapping, an EFT. EFT is the emotional freedom technique. And we do this to allow our body to decide what our mind is overwhelmed in doing, which is releasing what it no longer wants. Our job is to find the time. So find that area on your hand where you would do a karate chop and tap. Tap. Switch hands and tap. This is how we awaken that emotional self. Tap that forehead, that third eye area above your eyebrow. Tap and listen. It is time to rejuvenate myself by giving myself love. Move to your temples and tap. I accept myself the way I am. Move to under your eyes. I remind myself that I cannot feel any better about life than how I feel about myself. Move to under your nose, that little divot, and tap. I will not wait a moment longer to accept myself. Move to under your lip and tap. On your chin, tap. I honor what my body is asking for. And if I am unsure, I ask myself, what can I do to be more healthier and more balanced than I am now? Slide down your throat to your clavicles and tap. I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. Now, slide your hand under your arm like you're giving yourself half a hug and tap. I accept my life as it is now. Move to your other side and tap. I focus on the beauty and move forward from here. Tap your head. Exhale. Now just sit. Sit and listen to the symphony of the dark, symphony of the sounds, calling us. Sink. Sink further into the dark. Yes, we sunk back all the way back to the void, back to the original darkness, the original source. So welcome back. So wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, open your eyes. Open your eyes to all of your magic. Be reminded that you are a blessing. Thank you again for practicing, for liking, for listening, for sharing our connection. and strengthening our tribe. So I offer you blessings to you, to me, and to all who listen.